Well, it's always good to be acknowledged by your peers, and within that sort of bubble of photography, the Royal Photographic Society has long been at the centre of things. It's a society which is formed around the idea of sharing opinions, sharing photographs, sharing ideas, sharing innovation. So it's fabulous to be kind of recognised not just by your peers but by something as illustrious as the Royal Photographic Society. Photography is sort of everything. I mean, I can't think of beginning the day without looking at 10,000 photographs at least before lunchtime. It's something that's about instructional photography, through to the most kind of mundane and anodyne things, through to being the most complex and intriguing and cryptic form of kind of communication. So, and it's something that totally has disrespect for ideas of boundaries and hierarchies, which appeals to the iconoclast within me. If you can have iconoclasm around icons, then, photography achieves it. I was thinking about that and thinking, actually, for me, the inspiration was the editors of the LaRue's Encyclopedia of Modern Art, and my elder brothers had it, and it was lurking around the house, and I, chanced upon it and used to flick through it, and I was probably about 8 or 9, and they had a section on photography, and brilliantly, the editors included in a book that was probably aimed at young people, but, picked up by a child, 2 pictures of children, and they weren't mawkish or sentimental. One was Roger Main's photograph of a girl crying in Notting Hill, and the other was Bill Brandt's photograph of a girl in the house in London. And they are photographs which speak to the experience about being a child. They're about the pain and frustration of kind of childhood, and they're about the dream world of childhood, kind of captured in Bill Brandt's photograph. So I think, I chanced upon those kind of 2 pictures at the age of 8 or 9. That and the Rolling Stones' Exile on Main Street with Robert Frank's photographs. And that's the great thing about photography. I mean, I now professionally seek it out, but equally, you just come across something unexpected and from a kind of total other angle that kind of completely kind of blows your imagination. And that, to me, is the continuing excitement about photography, the way it kind of creeps up on you unawares. Well, I hope it's still to come. I'm still working on the highlight of my career. I don't know. I mean, I'm working on something which I do think is going to be interesting, which is working around building a worldwide collection of newspaper photography at the very moment that industry becomes obsolete and unravels on an industrial scale. And the project I'm working on at the moment, which will happen in May in Toronto, is about drawing on the archive of the national newspaper of Canada, the Globe and Mail, and creating an exhibition in the huge press hall in that newspaper factory a year before it's about to be demolished. So that is kind of interesting moment. So yeah, highlights on the horizon and beyond.